Dear students, welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss some important MCQs for Kerala PSC Assistant Dental Surgeon exam from the subject dental materials. Let's begin. Hardness number which does not depend on the ductility of the metal. Is it Knoop hardness number or Rockwell's hardness number or Vickers hardness number or Brinell's hardness number? Hardness number does not depend on ductility of the metal, that is Knoop hardness number. Okay, and there are two types of hardness test, that is macro hardness test and micro hardness test. So which are the macro hardness test? It is BR, that is Brinell's hardness test and Rockwell's hardness test, and micro hardness test are A and B, that is Knoop's hardness test and Vickers hardness test. So these are the macro and micro hardness test. Is dustless alginate, and it is produced by reducing the diatomaceous earth, adding heavy metal salt, coating with dihydric alcohol, or altering the matrix. Here the answer is coating with dihydric alcohol. What is sublimation? It is the conversion of solid directly to gas or solid to liquid and then to gas, gas to liquid and then to solid, or gas directly to liquid. Sublimation is the conversion of solid which is directly to gas. And there are five types of fluids are there. Okay, first one is the dilatant, then Newtonian, thixotropic fluid, pseudoplastic fluid, and viscoelastic fluid. Liquids which become more rigid as the rate of deformation increases. Here, what type of liquid which become more rigid as the rate of deformation increases? Here the answer is dilatant fluid. So here the viscosity of the liquid increases with increase of the shear stress. That is dilatant. What is thixotropic? It is the viscosity of fluid decreases under pressure. So viscosity is decreases under pressure is termed as thixotropic. And pseudoplastic means viscosity which decreases with increase in shear stress. Here the shear stress is increased until they reach a constant value. Then the Newtonian fluid, it is ideal fluid. Here the shear stress is proportional to strain rate. Okay. And then finally the viscoelastic. Viscoelastic means it is a characteristic of polymers that behave as elastic solids and as viscous liquids. That is viscoelastic. Elastic solids and as viscous liquids. So it both behave as elastic solid and viscous liquids. That is viscoelastic. So dilatant fluid is the viscosity of the liquid increases with increase of shear stress, or rate of deformation increases, liquids become more rigid. That is dilatant. Thixotropic means viscosity of fluid decreases under pressure. Pseudoplastic means viscosity decreases with increase in shear stress until they reach a constant value. And then the Newtonian fluid is the ideal fluid, and shear stress is proportional to strain. Then viscoelastic means it is a characteristic of polymers that behave as elastic solids and as viscous liquids. That is so the answer is dilatant. Brazilian test is used to determine the ultimate tensile strength of brittle materials or ductile materials or flexible materials or malleable materials. Here the answer is brittle materials. So to remember B for B, that is Brazilian test is used to test the or determine the ultimate tensile strength of brittle materials. Okay. How much should be the degree of contact angle for proper wetting? Is it 60, 0, 90 or 45? So for proper wetting, the angle is 0. If the contact angle is less than 90, then there is rise of liquid. Okay. If it is more than 90, then there is depression of liquid. If it is 0 degree, then there is good wetting or proper wetting. And there is a large contact angle, then there is no wetting. Okay. So the degree of contact angle for proper wetting is 0 degree. Energy required to liquefy a solid is known as latent heat of fusion or vaporization, sublimation or condensation. Here the answer is latent heat of fusion. The material causing minimum tissue distortion is polysulfide or silicone or zinc oxide regional paste or impression plaster. So minimum tissue distortion, the material is impression plaster, which is used as surface hardener in impression material. Is it 2% sodium sulfate or 2% potassium sulfate or 0.2% potassium sulfate or 4% potassium sulfate? Here the answer is 2% potassium sulfate. What is putty wash technique? Light body first and putty later. Light body and putty used at the same time. Putty used first and light body used second, and none of the above. The answer is putty material used first and then light body used. Relative hardness of elastomers is determined using Rockwell tester, New Pyramid, Barcode indenter, or Shore durameter. Answer is Shore test. So Shore durameter is used to determine the relative hardness of the elastomers. Then condensation reaction occurs in agar, alginate, polysulfide or zinc oxide reginol. Here the answer is polysulfide. Which of the following component acts as an accelerator in zinc oxide reginol impression paste? Zinc sulfate and zinc chloride and eugenol, zinc sulfate and eugenol or glycerin. Here the combination of zinc sulfate and zinc chloride act as an accelerator in zinc oxide reginol impression paste. Type 3 dental gypsum is class 2 stone, densite, class 1 stone or hydrocoil, and model or lab plaster. Answer is class 1 stone or hydrocoil. Change in hue perception with change in luminescence is known as Bizold-Brook effect or metamerism or fluorescence or specular reflectance. Answer is Bizold-Brook effect. Hardness of stone surface is affected by impression wax, impression compound, hydrocolloid impression material or rubber-based material. Answer is hydrocolloid impression material. In dental plaster, which is the main ingredient? Calcium sulfate hemihydrate or calcium phosphate, calcium anhydrate or calcium sulfate dihydrate. And the answer is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. The most commonly used accelerator in gypsum product is sodium fluoride, potassium sulfate, and aluminum sulfate. Answer is potassium sulfate. Gilmore needle is used for testing the strength of plaster of Paris, evaluating the setting time of plaster of Paris, testing the metal hardness, or testing the purity of noble metals. Answer is setting time of the plaster of Paris. Gypsum product having least expansion. Impression plaster, model plaster, dye stone, or stone plaster. Here the answer is dye stone. It has having least expansion. ADA specification number for gypsum products are described under 1, 4, 12 or 25. Answer is number 25. Prolonged spatulation of gypsum products increases hygroscopic expansion, setting time, final hardness, or compressive strength. Hygroscopic expansion. And that's about the today's lecture. And please do like, share, and subscribe my channel for more videos. And thanks for watching. See you on next video.